Now, I've been managing and leading people and training managers for over 30 years now, and I often get this question, Zemira, why is it that they're not listening to me? I tell them what I need them to do, and they just don't respond the way I need them to. And it's like it just happens over and over. I get that question all the time. Why don't they listen? Well, the problem is that their concept of communication is backward. They think communication is what they're saying to the other person. And as a communicator and as someone who has been in the communications business, even though I am a trainer of managers, the idea here is not to think that you are speaking to them and communicating with them with your words. Communication isn't what you say. Communication is what they hear. That's what communication is. What you say is a preamble to communication. And so being an expert at what they hear is what you want to be. You want to know how they hear and not be as much of an expert in what you say. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there are 4 levels of communication that are pertinent here. And when I'm listening to someone, I listen to see the quality of that communication so I'll know the quality of listening that is required. In other words, you have 4 levels. The lowest level and the most inefficient level of connecting with someone is the action level. The next level is the rules level, and then the level above that, that's more powerful yet, is the beliefs level. And then the most powerful is the values level. Actions, rules, beliefs, values. When people speak at the action level, when you just listen in on a conversation and someone is talking or 2 people are talking, say you're at a party and everyone is sitting in the room and making small talk, and you hear conversation and you decide to join in and listen in, and they're just talking about one person said they did this and then the other person did that. Well, if they're just talking at the action level, it's not very interesting, so you move on. But you go to another group and they're talking at the rules level. When so-and-so does this, the other person always does that. Talk about the rules of behavior. That's a little more interesting. But then you move on to another conversation and they're not only talking at the action and rules level, but now they're talking about beliefs. Well, so-and-so did this because they always do that because they believe this. Now it becomes much more interesting conversation. Now, if you move on to another conversation at the party and they're talking about values, you don't move to any other conversation because now you're talking at the values level where people live, where their identity resides, values. So the best communicators or the best people who connect and have listening become an art form is when they speak at all 4 levels of communication. The best managers speak at the values level as much as they do the action, rules, and beliefs level. The best managers are always really talking about beliefs and values, and then they tie them to actions and rules. Once you learn how to do that, the game completely changes. Once you learn how to listen at that level, the game is over because now you'll be able to connect with where they live and not just where they act. This is the difference in every other manager and who you'll be once you master all 4 levels. This is the kind of thing that we share with our private clients, and these managers are never the same again because now everyone who works with them, every one of their direct reports appreciates their leadership because they feel that they've been heard and they move from just mere compliance in the engagement to commitment. It's a wonderful thing, and it starts with knowing how to communicate and knowing what communication really is.